Codex entry number 1. Subject Mash Kyrielight. Servant overview. Mash is a 4-star servant of the Shielder class. She is the first servant masters in Fate Grand Order contract with. This works out well for new masters as she possesses a myriad of defensive abilities to help keep allies alive. Her first skill and Noble Phantasm are group defensive buffs that allow servants to take significantly more damage. And if those buffs are not enough, her targetable invincibility skill and her taunt will keep your essential servants alive a little longer. Codex entry number 1-2. Subject Mash Kyrielight. General use. Mash is a simple but effective servant. She has no class weaknesses due to her unique Shielder class, and she costs 0 to field in a team. She works well against single-target Noble Phantasm, wielding enemies as she can force them to target her, and even negate the damage by applying her own invincibility skill to herself. Against more AoE attacks, she can keep your main damage dealer alive with the same skill. Even in team compositions she isn't strong, and Mash still has a valuable place on event rosters as a craft essence holder, due to her unique earlier mentioned 0 cost to field. Codex entry number 1-3. Subject Mash Kyrielight. Team compositions. Mash is a support servant, so generally you want to have her alongside dedicated damage-dealing servants to make up for her lack of attack power. For instance, berserkers who are inherently frail benefit greatly from her defensive buffs and do more damage if they can last longer. Another way to play her is to pair her with other defensive support servants to make a stall composition. Generally, these require someone to heal them as Mash cannot, and someone to either stack more defensive buffs, or someone who charges Mash's Noble Phantasm to the point where it stacks its own buff. If done right, these compositions can shrug off enemy Noble Phantasms without the need for invincibility or evades. Codex entry number 1-4. Subject Mash Kyrielight. Craft essences and farming. Mash generally lasts a long time on the battlefield, but is mainly looking to support others. So while you could run a kaleidoscope or the imaginary element for a quick defense buff via her Noble Phantasm, a Prisma Cosmos or Fragment of 2030 will probably be more suited to give her long-term benefits to her team. In addition to those, Mash has a unique role among the rest of the cast. When it comes to craft essences, this is owed to her 0 cost to run, allowing her to be a free craft essence slot for farming in events, or at resource nodes, in which case you run her with the craft essence that increases drops for what you are farming. This makes her an essential part of those team compositions, as often you run out of points for them in late-game farming.